Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? That crazy Cardinals fan here, Crazy Bird, Cardinals Sin 21, whatever you want to call me, just don't call me late for dinner. Back at it with the video. Obviously, you can tell by the title card what I'm going to be talking about. I know I'm late for the party. I'm sorry. I've just been really busy with work and whatnot, and it has me hogtied pretty much. Um, Especially working here in Arizona, it's already starting to get pretty warm outside. But I thought better late than never, you know. I thought I'd talk about the two biggest things that happened within the last few weeks, regard with both Kingsbury and Keim getting a extension, um, and also with the whole Kyler Murray thing, basically wanting the money bag. And does he deserve it? I'll go ahead and start with the Kyler Murray, since that kind of came first between the two. Kyler Murray's agent, I forgot his name, but the agent is also Kingsbury's agent. So say what you will, but say what you will there. Uh, but the agent released a very lengthy statement, but it basically says it kind of I don't know what the word to describe it. It's very diva like. But then again, that is kind of Kyler Murray's style. It basically says Kyler Murray wants to stay here and win Super Bowls and be competitive. What are you willing to give him? And stuff like that. And I'm in the realm, I believe I've explained this before. I am in the realm of wait and see, or even pick up the fifth year option. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback, but he is not there at being a great quarterback. When I say great quarterback, I'm talking about Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, stuff like that. And you know what all those quarterbacks have in common that Kyler Murray does not have? Playoff wins. We have none. We have zero playoff wins under Kyler Murray. And is that all Kyler Murray's fault? Absolutely the hell not. But he does deserve a good chunk of the blame. He looked lost. He looked scared. He looked like he did not want to be there, despite what he said before the game, saying how motivated he was. That this was his time and stuff like that. He didn't. The interceptions, that pick six in the end zone, all that. He did not perform well at all in that playoff game, and that concerns me. That concerns me. Can he play when the lights are the brightest? And like as I said before, it is not on him. It was an entire team loss. Kingsbury, he did not have any game plans to go against the Rams. We From the get go, everything was just shit hit the fan from the get go during that game, and it was a team loss. But Kyler Murray deserves a good chunk of the blame for how he played. And it's leadership. Kyler Murray, the moment poop starts to hit the fan during a game, doesn't matter if we're down 7-0, 21-0, whatever. The moment poop hits the fan, Kyler Murray sitting there on the bench, looking like a pouting 4-year-old whose mother who looks like his mother just rejected him a cookie. He's sitting there with his arms crossed, like that. And it does not speak. He does not have any leadership skills. He's instead should be going back and forth on that sidelines, motivating his team. I get he's young, and that's kind of the excuse I'm implying for him here. He's young. He has still he's if he was a subpar quarterback like a Rosen type, I'd say give him the hell out. Don't give him that money. Find a way to trade him. Give him the hell out. But Murray is a good quarterback. I am eating crow, considering the fact when we drafted him, I was livid. I was throwing stuff around my house. I was absolutely livid when we got him because it made me feel like we were the next generation Cleveland Browns, drafting quarterback after quarterback each and every year. It never ends up working out. But he's a good quarterback. Is he a great quarterback? Not yet. Yeah, and And that's why I'm saying I'm hoping he eats a big fat slice of humble pie and kind of pushes the brakes on this and realize he has more growing to do and the team needs to start building more around him. He can't be asking for all this money when there's more to be done with the team building around him, like an offensive line, but more receivers. What do we want to do when Hopkins goes out again? If Hopkins goes out again, we're not going to have AJ Green there. I guarantee you, AJ Green's not going to be on this team next to starting next season. And there's no reason for him to be with AJ Green. Him just drop passes, not knowing what route to run. There's no reason for him to be on this team, and that's another story. But yeah, I want him to stay, but I want him at the same time to, put it lightly, grow the F up. Know that there's a lot more to be done by you and by the team, so you can't be asking for all this money. I'm hoping he comes to his senses and he doesn't get mad if stuff doesn't go his way and he decides to sit out the rest of the season. That would not look good for us. Not going to look good at all. But let's go on to the next topic. For the contract extensions for Kingsbury and Keim. When I saw this news yesterday when I was at work, I lost my shit. I was extremely pissed off, asking why in the hell was this done? This season should be the boiling point for both Kingsbury and Keim. This coming season should be where their seat is the hottest. I do not expect somebody where their seat is the hottest to have a contract extension, a 5-year contract extension. What's great is that this does not affect our cap or our salary at all. This all comes straight out of Big Bill's pocket. So that's a plus. But why a 5-year extension? There are going to be people out there that look at this as a glass half full. And I'm not one of those people. But when I say glass half full, people are out there looking, oh, well, look what we did since 2018. We started off 3-13, and now we're 11-6. We're improving. I myself am looking at this glass half empty. I'm pretty sure I've explained this before. I'm going to start with Kingsbury first. Yeah, we were 11-6 last season, which is great. That is awesome. If you told me we would go 11-6 before this last season started, I'd be like, you know what? That's awesome. This team is growing. It's improving. But if you're watching each and every game like I am, you can see the same pattern as it has been since Kingsbury has arrived here in the desert. We start off hot and we falter down the stretch. And it's frustrating as hell. You can go. I'm basing a lot of this too on Kingsbury's Texas Tech days. You can see he'll start off a season relatively strong most of the seasons, and absolutely blow it the rest of the way. How do you start off 7-0 and end the season 11-6? That's what you that's 5-6. A 5-6 second half collapse. It's these second half collapses that has me extremely pissed off. It's the way we performed in the playoffs has me extremely pissed off. To ask why in the hell this contract extension is happening. It makes absolutely zero sense to me. Now, there's going to be people in the comments saying, you should be happy. 11-6 is great. 11-6 is great. But look at the optics of it. Why is it every year with Kingsbury, since we've had Kingsbury, which is 3 years, we start off the season strong. The first year with Kingsbury, we were like 5-11. Yeah, that's not good at all. But I cut him some slack because we were actually competitive in that season compared to the year before in 2018 where we're 3-13 and we got blown out almost every single game. Yeah, I'm giving him slack there because we were actually competitive. But even then, we started the season like 3-1, something like that, and we went like 2-7, 2-8 the rest of the way. I can't do math right now. We only had 2 more wins after that since. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Then the next year you start off 6-2, which is great. Then you end the season 8-8, which is horrible. This year, last season, you start off the season 7-0, which is, oh my god. Like, I was literally, I had to break, keep telling myself to slow down. I was thinking, oh my god, this could be the team. This team looks already better than the team from 2015, which we ended that season 13-3 and went to the NFC Championship game before we absolutely shit the bed versus Carolina. This team looks better than the 2015 team already. And what happens? It all started with that Green Bay game, which I ended up going to with my dad. Still a fun game, but goddamn, we lost that game and we went 7-1, 11-6, 5, like 4-6 the rest of the way, which is pathetic. Which is what I'm talking about. Kingsbury cannot coach a full season. He's not consistent on a full season. He'll start off great and end up horribly. Now, if he started off horribly and ended the season great, I look at 11-6 and be like, you know what, that's pretty freaking awesome. That's awesome. You start off like 2-6 or some shit, or you start off at like 2-4, 2-4, some stuff like that, and the season 7-0. That's 2-6. And the season 7-0. That's awesome. That's awesome. This team is growing. I'm happy. Even though we lost the playoff game, I'm still happy. But it's the way he starts off the season and the way he ends it. And the fact that we did not show up in that playoff game versus the Rams, I get it. They're the Rams. They're a tough SOB, but they're our division rivals. But we should have been competitive. We were not competitive at all in that game. They dominated us from first quarter to last. No game plan. Nobody was ready whatsoever. It looks like they didn't even want to play. They just wanted to get out of that stadium as fast as possible. I'm pissed about that decision. They should not have given him a contract extension. Now, it all depends on what happens 365 days from now. Where are we going to be a year? Where am I going to be a year from now? What am I going to be talking about a year from now? What this team is going to look like. I'd be happy if this team was 12-4, 12-5, and they got to the divisional round and played a solid game. Maybe lost, but played a solid game. I'd be happy, but honestly, I don't. I honestly don't, and that hurts me as a diehard Cardinals fan. Because I shouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't be saying that, I'm used to having losing seasons. But part of me is wondering if that's going to happen this season. Having Kingsbury back. I don't know if he's going to be ready. Our schedule is going to be a lot tougher. We got the Chargers coming in. We got our division rivals, first and foremost. That's tough as it is. We got the Chargers coming in. We got the Chiefs coming in. We got to go to Denver, which is not a fun place to play. Especially if it's cold. Not Oakland, Las Vegas. They're competitive. There's Tampa Bay. They don't have Tom Brady, but they're still going to be a good team. We got the South Saints, Falcons. I'm not too worried about them, but our schedule's going to be tough as nails. We got the Patriots coming in. Bill Belichick. That's going to be tough. You never underestimate Bill Belichick. It scares me. Because I have a feeling a year from now, hopefully, if we have a bad season, Kingsbury's out of here. I would not want to give him the keys again. It's like giving your friends keys to the. It's like giving your friend a keys to your brand new Ferrari, and you're telling him, "Don't crash it, don't crash it, don't crash it," and he gets little scrapes here and there. And you're like, "Oh, blow it off." Scrapes here and there, and those scrapes becomes dents, and those dents become problems, real problems, bigger dents. Things aren't working right, That's what I feel like that what Michael Bidwell is doing with Keim and Kingsbury. Now with Keim, I'm not as pissed with him. But if he got fired, I'd be like, that's a nice change in direction. I like Keim's decision. Start with the good. It's not extensive. I'll start with the good. With Keim, he knows somehow, some way, whether Bill O'Brien's an absolute idiot, he knows how to get the bring the good players in. J.J. Watt, Hopkins, Zach Ertz. He knows how to do that. He's a whiz, an absolute whiz in free agency. Granted, they were not all home run picks, but he's a relative whiz in free agency. That's about it. The dude cannot draft properly. The last solid player I can think that has been consistently good that he's drafted was Buda Baker. I think that was a first round pick. Remember, he was from Washington, but that's the only thing that I can think. The only draft in recent history that I think he may have did good on. The rest is just miss. Look at this. Look at the draft from. We're about to get rid of Andy Isabella from not last season, but the season before. It was like the 20. It was during the year we got Kyler Murray, and we got like two receivers from that draft. It was Hakeem Butler and Andy Isabella. Hakeem Butler is long gone. We all remember how that went. And Andy Isabella has been practically non-existent in this offense, which is why he's not going. I guarantee he's not going to be on his team next season. His agent already requested to search for trade options, and it's not going to be long before we get the ticker of Andy Isabella is with the Saints or Andy Isabella is with the Patriots. I don't know wherever he's going to go. I wish him best luck, but he is not fit here. But he cannot draft properly. And honestly, I do expect Kingsbury to go before Keim does, but I'm just wondering if Keim's ever going to go. Because there's obviously this buddy thing going on with him and Bidwell. And that's not good for a franchise. You can't be buddy with your owners. You can't be buddy with your head coaches, especially if they're not that good. And that's if I remember right, I was very young, extremely young. Bill Bidwell, the father of Michael Bidwell, that's basically what he was like. He was very cheap and very buddy with his with his management, which is why we sucked for 20 years. 30 years, stuff like that. But I'm really hoping. I want to be wrong. I want to see this team succeed. But I really don't think this is going to end well. This is not going to end well, and it's going to end with Kingsbury getting fired. It's going to hopefully, eventually, it might end up ending to Keim getting fired too. But trying to not yell too much. But this is not going to end well, in my opinion. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I would love to eat that crow 365 days from now. I would love to know we made massive jumps and improvement next season. But we'll just have to wait and see. Draft is a month away, a little over a month away. April, I'm not sure when. And after that, we'll find out the schedule in late May. That's something I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do. Before the draft starts, I'm going to try to do draft predictions. What do I think the Cardinals will get? I'm not sure if I'll do a full mock draft of all 32 teams. I might just do a Cardinals mock draft and go from there. We'll see. I'd love to hear guys' suggestions. But, yeah. Then after I'm going to do probably like a week before the schedule comes out or something like that. I would do like predictions, like will we get primetime games, or I'll make like key games, like who will we play again, for our Mexico City game. I'll do something like that, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll be making more videos for you guys soon. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. If you watched for this long, thank you. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a good thing for the Cardinals, or is this a bad thing? I'm currently thinking that this is a really bad thing. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Go Cardinals.